What to expect at your first dietitian consult? That is the question for today.
I think at the end of the day, everyone has that, whether it's a dietitian or something else, someone else. There's that part where you already judging yourself, so you feel that you're going to be judged. Operative word feel.
It's when you start putting, I think it's like anything. If you start putting boundaries, you start putting conditions around it, like restrictions, even though it might be good for us, even with our kids, if you try to say, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, at a point, you're like, even as a kid, you're just like, either I'm going to rebel, or I'm going to follow you to the letter and be the scaredy cat person that everything like just freaks me out. You have a sister friend who you can talk to about your imperfections, vulnerabilities, uncensored truths, journeys, and victories. Welcome to the lounge. Okay.
Hi, Fumi. Hi,
Hi, Lucia. How are you?
I'm doing good. Welcome back to the office.
Hi.
So, Fumi, how has your food diary logging been going?
Well, doctor, what happened was, I started doing my journal. Actually, I didn't do it on paper. I think I was supposed to, because I kept telling myself I'm going to find that paper.
I could tell you're lying, because when you reply,
I am not lying. I will never lie to the doctor.
It's a big
But no, I did not get it on paper. That was the first thing. I have noticed it's my fault. I should have found my paper and write it down, as I think I'd promised that on my last episode. And then, but I was taking pictures of what I ate. I actually think I had pictures from day 1 to day 2. And I think what happened was, I think I showed you the pictures I was taking. You said I should write it down. So in the writing down process, I did not get the paper to write everything down. I think that's where the breakdown happened. But I did start. I did not finish. So the shortest answer to that, I did not finish my exercise. But I'm going to get back to my wagon, and this time I'm going to find my paper, and actually I should just I will find my paper and write it down. Don't depend on my phone.
I like that you are identifying the problem and you are identifying the possible solutions to the problem all by yourself.
Yes. So that will happen.
So, if it will please you to know that this happens a lot. This is a common occurrence after being at the dietitian's office and you've been asked to do the food log. It's literally quite common. So you're not, it's not, you didn't do anything unusual. I think one of the things is it's it's not necessarily just the discipline of it. It's almost like your brain sabotaging yourself. And it's something that you have to remind yourself to do, because it's not something you have been doing.
Right?
Yeah. So, and it's just easy to take a picture. This is what I had. This is what I had. But at the end of the day, that towards the end actually would be a simple way to do it. But initially, if you don't quantify, if you don't qualify, you will never be able to really identify what the issue is. If there's
quantify, qualify, identify. That rhymes.
I didn't plan that.
So, since you've said that, right? What has what has other people that you've seen actually done so they don't do it the way I did it? Like, what has worked for other people that you've seen? Examples of how they were able to get it done.
Well, I think because of technology now, you can make it an even more simpler versus just the old school of actually writing it down. So, one, you taking pictures, you could take the
Mm-hmm.
picture and just doodle on the picture.
Okay.
Two, if you could do the app where you just it saves what you're eating, but again, you still have to input the information. Three, you could have a chart, a working chart that you just open and put in your items.
When you say a chart,
Four,
what does that mean?
like you can actually already have a food diary that has a chart of breakfast, lunch, dinner, time, emotions, quantity, and you just put it in. But regardless
So
of which method you use, you still have to put in information.
I know, and I want to put it in. I really want to. I think like I mentioned the last time, it will be beneficial to me just to see. I think subconsciously I had it in my head when I was eating, like, oh, I should write it down. I should write it down. I think even in my regular journal, I have some days that I kind of wrote down everything I ate or some things that I remember that I ate, but I don't have quantities or emotions because I feel like those you have to do like right away, otherwise you lose it. So
Mhm.
it's just doing it, knowing probably put more reminders on my phone. Like times that I know I normally eat, probably put reminders to write it down.
But
So
the
that's
other
what
thing
I'll
is,
do.
you
So
don't have to
today
complicate it
is
though. You don't have to
so
have
how will I
three
be
or
complicating
four
it?
reminders for the day. Just do it at the end of the day.
But then I won't have the quantities.
For now, you could
Okay, so
guesstimate.
talking about quantities. So what are you saying? Like 1 cup of rice or two, 5, 10 spoons of rice that I like what quantity am I
Yeah,
putting?
pretty much. I had half a cup. I had a maybe this is about third of a cup. Maybe 3 tablespoons, roughly. For now,
So I will
anyways.
have to measure, like find a way to measure what a cup of rice looks like. Maybe have a bowl
Yeah,
that
so
I
you can do that. Yes. Measure your rice. Get a cup. Look at what a measuring cup, and look at what a cup is. What 2 cups
mm,
is. So you visually you have the idea, and then you now guesstimate, because I don't want you to spend that much time trying to be so precise about the quantity. That might come
mm-hmm,
later, that might never come. It's to get an idea of roughly what's coming in and what's going out. Period.
mm, okay. So but overall I feel like I've been doing really good with eating in my opinion.
Because
And I think subconsciously I know I should be measuring what I'm eating. Um, and then I think again, just because it's summer, there are more fruits, eating more fruits, doing less cooking with, so I eat more, I won't say salads, but more veggies. Um, well, I've also increased how much bread I'm eating because it's easy and we're on the go. So
make a
I don't know if
sandwich.
that's a
Make a
plus.
sandwich.
Huh?
Well, I mean, summer is also a good time to get things started because you're out and about, you're more active.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good time to get, it actually should be a very good time to get your routine in place versus that January that we all want to, we have this goal to get this exercise and everything in. for summer, when it comes to being healthy, once you start in the summer, it's 3 months,
Yeah.
right? By the time you finish 21 days, you are getting into a routine. So if you do this for 3 months, then you just continue for the remainder of the year.
That'll be a
That
good
is
thing.
the idea.
Mm.
So summer people go out more. People, you walk more. You have different activities that you have to move more. Summer people exercise more. So this is the time. Although depending on the individual, summer is also the time. Some people uh, don't eat so well because lots of barbecues, people who drink alcohol, lots of more alcohol, and all the cocktails that you have, that's a lot of sugar in it. So it really depends on the lifestyle, I think.
Yeah. I'm not concerned about the cocktails that much. Um, but
But
yeah, the barbecues, like more drinks, like you like well maybe more
it's
sugar
hot,
drink.
yeah,
It's
because
hot.
it's hot, and then
Yeah,
you want something
something sweet or soothing
sweet.
or yeah. So we'll see. So promise to get that with those tips on documenting. But with the exercise part, I think that's good. Like I think we mentioned it on the last episode that I was doing this walking challenge with some ladies. That challenge
Mhm.
ended, but for some reason, I think again, maybe it's
I
that
think we all
21-day
continue
thing.
walking.
We all we all still continue. I still look at the things like I can still see who's been walking more than me. And some days I've been trying to hit 10,000 steps every day. Some days it just doesn't get there. So but what I'm getting to my point is the days that I don't do it, like I feel so tired and
Yeah.
like out of energy. And the moment like I'm okay,
Mhm.
let's just do 1 mile. That's 10 minutes of walking. And then the next minute I'm finished that. I'm like, oh, we can do another. Let's do the fast boost walk. And then I'm
Mhm.
like, oh my gosh, I'm at 8,000. I'm not going to stop here. Let's find a way to do the
Let's make
next
it to the
2,000.
10.
Yes. And then I'll probably put music on and dance. And so that, and by the time I'm done, I'm sweating and go take a nice cold shower and relax a little bit before bed. I probably would have been nice at the start of the day, but I'll say most of mine at like before bed. So season is
Oh,
starting.
ladies and gentlemen, follow us. We're gonna keep doing this until Fumi gets to wherever she wants to get to because she wanted a dietitian experience. So we're gonna follow Fumi on her journey with this. I don't know what you want to call it. I'll just call it Fumi's health journey. No, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
For me, it's food journey. I think it's just
Fumi's food journey because
yeah,
it's
or
not
my
just about health.
dietitian. Yeah, or my dietitian experience.
Yes, Fumi's dietitian experience, which
Yes.
we hope to encourage others that you can also go to a dietitian and don't be afraid of going to see a dietitian. And
Yeah.
it's also actually beneficial to see a dietitian. If more
Yeah.
people go to see a dietitian, it will be better. And it's not all about you eat this or don't eat this or this is bad or this is not bad kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it does play a whole lot of thing in your mindset. Well, just like everything else, it's more the
Yeah, yeah.
consciousness of
Hmm.
yes, and then getting that guidance, more like a partner in doing the thing, rather than you trying to figure it out of yourself or going to watch 50,000 YouTube videos that tell you 50 different things. So
Right, right.
I think it's one of those things. So I think it's a nice journey. So do us a thing. I know we ask you to do a whole bunch of things, but it does help us like have that community that we hope we're reaching, and your feedbacks help. But send a question that we can talk about or ask, maybe something
Yeah,
that
what would
I
you like
should
to
ask
ask?
the dietitian that you are thinking about. So please send it to me. It might be something I'm not thinking about or something that you wish Lucia will talk more about in these episodes. It might be something I'm not thinking about or we're really not thinking about. So
Hmm.
Would love to hear from you.
Until
But
next time.
until next time, when I have my food diary, have an awesome week. Make it the best one ever. Get out and get some vitamin D's and dance as much as you can.